Surprises Regret by SkylerM. Chapter 1. Only chapter. She's an outcast! Great Cloud pointed a hoof disappointingly at the 1-month-old daughter. His blue eyes flared with anger as he glared at his wife and child. She's a disgrace. Doesn't even belong in his family. It's not true! She blurted out, causing her white angelic wings to flare out a little. She doesn't have wings! That does not mean she's an outcast! Pools of tears started to form from where she stroked her foal's wingless back. Her foal, oblivious to the scene, tried to reach for her mother's hoof, making gurgling noises. Real funny. Do you know how many of my friends laughed at me when they saw her? The red stallion pointing the accusing hoof to his daughter, who now was sleeping within the hoofs of her mother. She's the same as each of us, Pinkie, even without wings, she murmured softly, trying to convince herself. Gray huffed and tried to the window and looked out. Pinkie different colors were flying, some working in the weather factory, some walking along, and talking on the clouds, others swimming in sack at a local restaurant. It was so. He started the topic again, attempting to sway his wife. She's an earth pony. She cannot walk on clouds or fly. How can she live up in the clouds? Why, Pinkie, realizing the truth, gazed lower into the floor. I never thought of that, Caesar whispered slightly. Gray grinned triumphantly. Didn't get rid of her surprise. You know you have to. He lowered a hoof onto her shoulder. Surprise's lips trembled as she looked down to her foal. It was her first foal. She meant the whole equestrian to her. Now she had to get rid of her. She changed the subject quick, trying to stall time. Why me? Her words, fast and fleeting, directed much pain at her husband's heart. Averting her purple eyes, Gray retorted, I will never be seen with that thing. Surprise's face fell into a mix of shock and anger, before she broke into a low whimper. Pinkie, it's not a thing. Gray rolled his eyes, showing no sympathy as he shoved her out the door. Don't you dare come back with her, or else! The cloud door surprisingly slammed shut with a loud bang. Get rid of you? Surprise asked herself as he stroked her sleeping foal's straight mane. That'll be the day. She giggled softly as he sang a lullaby to her. But Gray would abuse you if you stayed. I think there is one way. Raindrops splashed onto the rocks on a rock farm. Whee! 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 What? I'm listening. Raindrops, get out of the sot. Okay. It was the place most far away from her home, most secluded, most safe. Hon, could you get the doll? Mrs. Pie yawned softly. There were no words spoken by Mr. Pie. It was evident that the words need not be spoken, but the action is done. Mr. Pie tried to the door, opening it. He saw a young pink foal in their blanket on the steps of his door. She was shrouded in a ray of light. Looking up, he could see that the gray clouds above had been shattered by a hole, shaped like an angel, preventing the single drop of rain to fall on the child. The child herself was beautiful, as if born by an angel. Her blue eyes glistened with happiness, while her one pearl-white tooth showed as she kept repeating something. Her pink mane and coat brushed as she wiggled beneath her basket, wanting to get out. The young foal kept repeating the two words she loved the most. Mama! Maud Pie immediately picked this little foal up and cuddled her. Taking off his hat and placing it on his chest, he muttered, Thank you, Celestia, for blessing us with another child. He said without a single thought, before he grabbed the foal in his hooves and went home. As soon as he returned back to his home, Surprise's head popped into the hole she made, tears welling in her eyes. She made Mumbles nail with her hoof, and exclaimed gleefully, She said Mama. Did you get rid of her? His blue eyes raised as he glanced over the newspapers, hearing the footsteps of his wife. A simple nod. Good job, Surprise. If you really want a foal, we can have some more. We're still young. Trying over, he placed the hoof over his shoulders. Her gaze was still cast down on the fluffy cloud flooring. Gaze unwavering, thoughts unchanging. Thinking of her Pinkie. Surprise then grabbed a frozen piece of chicken leg and proceeded to bash the guy upside his head and then cook the chicken leg and serve it to the police. I love that story. So, my dad says I was given to them by an angel. That's silly, he's serious. Wings are not given by angels. Pinkie Pie laughed as she recounted the story her father told her to her friends. Well, I think that's a really sweet story. So I add, holding her teacup to her lips, even though it's not real, of course. Of course, duh, Pinkie Pie sang sweetly. Want to hear a story about my birth? Okie dokie dokie. The patter of raindrops. Whoa! Outside, added with the crackling of the fire, made their impromptu sleepover even more meaningful, getting them pond together as friends and share stories. Gray glanced at his wife. It had been so long, yet she had not forgotten. He was such an idiot. It made his wife experience the pain of getting rid of her own child. He was a monster. No disagreements here. Surprise looked at her window. It had been 15 years since she gave up her child. Now, with the advanced knowledge, scientists have proven that even Pegasi can have Earth pony babies. Now, she remembered, her grandfather was an Earth pony. As regarding why she could have given Earth pony, she asked all the way to where she remembered she left Pinkie, but she arrived at a barren land. The pies must have moved. It was a rock farm. Once the land is barren, they moved. Oh, Pinkie, if I only had known, I wouldn't have given you away. Her tears had given a long way, a long time ago, was flowing freely, covering her face with her hose, regretting. However, she'd always be Pinkie's angel, watching for the clouds above. She knew her daughter was out there, somewhere, but now in her mind, the two words began to repeat. Mama, Mama, Mama. Short, but way too short. There needs to be more. There needs to be more development, darn it. Although I do like the Shaggy Dog story of it all. Next time. This is my story. The story of how I came to raise two wonderful little girls. And why I would do everything, sacrificed everything in my life to protect them. Darby's album.